Why does hearing "just think positive" often feel more painful than helpful? Why does the pursuit of happiness sometimes rip open wounds instead of healing them? Marcus Aurelius cautioned us centuries ago that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Yet we've twisted his wisdom into shallow affirmations and forced smiles. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your mind isn't built for comfort. It's designed for survival, wired to amplify fears and replay anxieties until you're trapped in a cycle of pain you've unknowingly created. But what if real strength isn't about pretending to be fine? What if it's about courageously confronting the shadows you've spent your life running from? Today, I'll share a powerful Stoic insight that challenges everything you've been taught about positivity. Once you truly understand it, you'll never see yourself or your struggles the same way again. Your thoughts aren't passive, they are powerful architects shaping your reality with every moment. Isn't it strange how we sometimes treat our inner voice as harmless chatter, unaware that it sets the boundaries of our potential? The ancient Stoics were acutely aware of this. Marcus Aurelius said that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Reflect on that. Your happiness and success don't begin with external circumstances, but in how you frame them in your mind. Imagine waking up already convinced that your day will fail, having mentally rehearsed defeat before you even begin. You're living a story written by your fears, not your true abilities. The problem is, most of us never stop to question these internal stories. We assume our perceptions are the truth, not realizing they're shaped by our mindset. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. How often have you blamed circumstances or fate for something that your mind quietly engineered? Your thoughts are actively creating your reality, not just drifting by. Here's the exciting part. If your thoughts hold such power, doesn't that mean you can change your life entirely? What if, instead of waking up resigned to a mediocre day, you consciously chose to rewrite your internal script? What if you started each morning by telling yourself that no matter what happens, you have the strength, resilience, and clarity to handle it? Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How many of your worries are just shadows you've painted on your own walls, created by your mind? By recognizing the power of your mind, you can reclaim control and rewrite your story, one of strength and purpose. Think of your mind as a garden. If you leave it untended, weeds of doubt and negativity will take over. But if you plant seeds of courage, optimism, and determination, those are the flowers that bloom. Modern psychology backs this up through cognitive reframing, changing how you view challenges, shifting them from threats to opportunities. This isn't blind positivity, it's deliberate empowerment. The Stoic practice teaches you to see obstacles as stepping stones toward growth. Next time you catch yourself spiraling into negativity, pause. Recognize your thoughts for what they are, choices. Epictetus said, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." Life isn't happening to you. You're actively interpreting it. Choose interpretations that strengthen you, that spur action instead of paralysis. When you realize the immense power your mind holds, you'll understand that it was never about external factors. It was always about how you harness that power inside you. Your thoughts shape your reality, so shape them carefully, intentionally, and with courage. Have you ever wondered why some people glide effortlessly through life's challenges while others remain stuck in endless worry and negativity? It's not about luck or talent, it's how they've trained their minds. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, understood this deeply when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your mindset isn't just some motivational idea, it's the control center of your entire life. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning not dreading the day, but feeling confident and ready to face whatever comes your way. At first, it may feel awkward, even forced, but let me tell you, every great achievement in history began with an idea in someone's mind. They visualized success, believed it was possible, and then aligned their actions to make it real. Henry Ford put it best: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Don't misunderstand me. Adopting a positive mindset isn't about deluding yourself into thinking life will always be easy. It's about reshaping how you respond when the inevitable storms come. The Stoics welcome difficulties as essential teachers, not obstacles. Epictetus said, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." Look at every person you admire. They've all faced setbacks, disappointments, and failures, often repeatedly. But their secret wasn't avoiding hardship, it was choosing to rise again. They learned, adapted, and became stronger with each fall. Carl Jung also highlighted this internal struggle, saying, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Your circumstances don't define you. Your mindset does. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of life's randomness, begin to view yourself as an active architect of your fate. Flipping the script isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a powerful choice, a deliberate decision to rewrite the narrative of your life each day. And here's the remarkable thing. Once you start shifting your mindset, it becomes contagious. You'll notice a shift in your energy, and people around you will respond differently. Opportunities will start to appear. Life will align more closely with your positive outlook. Seneca said, "It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult." When you choose confidence over doubt, courage over fear, you unlock a potential you didn't even know was there. Your mindset becomes the catalyst that turns ideas into achievements, dreams into realities. So tomorrow morning, when your feet hit the floor, remind yourself, you've got this. You're not just going to face the day, you're going to own it. Every single morning, you're standing at a crossroads. It might not always be obvious, but it's there. The moment of decision between leaning into fear or stepping boldly toward confidence. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And it's true. Our fears often exist only in our minds, vivid yet imaginary, preventing us from reaching our true potential. It's easy to feed these fears and let them take root. But what if, instead of feeding doubt, you nurtured courage instead? Let's be real for a second. Life isn't going to magically become easy. Negativity will always find its way to your door, knocking persistently, whispering, "You're not ready. This is too hard." But here's the empowering part. You don't have to listen. You can interrupt that voice and flip the narrative. Instead of saying, "I can't handle this," say, "I've faced worse and came through stronger. I can handle this." It's simple, but don't underestimate the power of reframing your thoughts. Your mind listens closely to what you tell it. Every time you replace fear with belief and doubt with determination, you're literally training your brain to respond with resilience. Over time, these new pathways become your default responses. What once felt intimidating becomes manageable, even exciting. But let's be honest, making this shift isn't easy. It takes intention and consistency. Marcus Aurelius understood this when he said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Each day, you have countless opportunities to reaffirm your confidence. Start small, speak up in meetings, take on projects you've been avoiding, or have the hard conversations you've been putting off. Each small victory builds your internal reservoir of courage, reinforcing your belief that you're stronger than any obstacle in your way. The Stoics also taught us that our emotional reactions are under our control. Epictetus said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Every event, challenge, and setback can either feed your fears or your strength. The choice is yours. Most people spend hours each week working on their bodies, lifting weights, running miles, counting calories. But when was the last time you trained your mind with the same discipline? Your mind is the one muscle that controls everything else. If it's weak, then the strongest body or the best circumstances won't matter. Marcus Aurelius, even while leading an empire, wrote to himself, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." What you think consistently shapes who you become. Here's a practical tip. Before diving into the chaos of your day, pause for 1 minute. Look in the mirror and say something positive. Not just some performative affirmation, but something with real intention. I am enough. I've got what it takes. I don't have to prove anything to anyone today. Sounds silly, sure, especially if you're not used to speaking to yourself with kindness. But that awkwardness is temporary. The strength you build from it, permanent. Carl Jung said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." If you want confidence, don't just wish for it, build it. Just like going to the gym, your thoughts need reps. Every time you choose gratitude over frustration, reframe a challenge instead of reacting blindly, you're conditioning your mind. These moments stack up, and over time, your default reactions change. You'll move from spiraling into problem solving, from doubting to deciding. And don't expect perfection. Some days you'll miss the mark. That's okay. The Stoics didn't aim to eliminate emotion. They aimed to manage it. Epictetus reminded us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That mastery doesn't come from avoiding difficulty. It comes from returning to your training, especially when things feel off, when your emotions spike, when fear creeps in. That's when your mental reps pay off. You breathe, you choose response over reaction, power over panic. Start small. 10. Deep breaths in the morning, a gratitude journal entry, a quiet affirmation before a hard meeting. You're not building a fantasy mindset, you're building mental toughness. And like your body, it's the daily consistency that shapes you, not the rare moments of motivation. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Mental training is your preparation. When life throws you an unexpected curveball, and it will, you won't fold. You'll face it with calm and clarity, not because the storm disappeared, but because you've been training for it all along. Train your mind like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does.